Hello, I'm Benson and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you two CCTV camera sets here. Amazon sent this for me for free for review, and my review is never scripted. You can be the judge of how good or how bad these items are. The first one here is the Ultra2 in black, and these sets come with 4 cameras. They are all wireless and they are all true wireless. What it means is they have built-in rechargeable batteries that supposedly last for 6 months, which they never do. Maybe this one is different, but to be honest with you, my previous experiences, they last for between 2 weeks to 2 months. Depends on how often they get activated. And don't forget, this level of sophistication CCTV, they have built-in like extra sensor, and they have a spotlight as well. So there is a lot to power throughout the months where you just leave it without any power input. So what's the difference between this one and the one I already had on my channel? So this one can do 4K. Now 4K is how I shoot my videos now with my Canon ESO Arlo. And the reason why I choose 4K to show my video is that so you guys can see in details on the product. Sometimes, you know, if it is like 1080p, you can't really zoom in and find out the details of stuff. But I find that at 4K, you can really zoom in. So sometimes when I do my post editing, I can do up to like 150 cropped level. So that means that, you know, you can kind of cut the screen in half and you can still use that footage in terms of clarity. And the other reason why I love the Arlo product is the application and the software is so well designed compared to other Chinese CCTV camera. Literally, they are a class of their own. So there is a reason why they are so expensive. You might not need the 4K capability of these ones here, because this one here costs £980 in the UK, and this one is about £650 in the UK. I always say this, and I will say this every single time, it's about the same price in US dollars for you guys in America. But the other thing is, because they are 4K, for example, like this one here, they do need a high bandwidth. When I transfer my 4K footage to a computer, it takes ages, and that is with the fast connection like a proper SD card reader, a 3.0 USB. This one have to rely on your internet access, so sometimes if you have a slow access, then it might not work to your advantage. But we will find out how it will cope in my setting. Let's have a look and see what £1,000 can buy you for home security. It is a lot of money to put up front. On top of that, if you want the subscription cloud service, you have to pay monthly as well. Luckily, when you buy it new, it does come with a kind of a 6 months subscription, so you can try out their online service. I do recommend it if you can afford it, but for normal household, this sounds a lot expensive. In terms of the software, it can do AI identify objects that matter, and I believe the AI only works with the cloud storage. At least it's with my 2K version of the same camera. Activity zone to reduce unwanted notification. Again, on my 2K Arlo camera, you can only have those if you are plugged into the mains. It cannot use the battery for those. Notification to keep you one step ahead. Yes, that works. Actually, within seconds, my phone always rings when there's someone at the front door. Cloud storage to keep all your clips secure. Another reason why I like a branded products for security is that some of these Chinese camera, you never know where your footage will end up. Obviously, some of them are encrypted, some of them are not. But essentially, your information is being sent through the internet to a central server somewhere, and then get redirected to your phone. So not that you should have anything dodgy in front of the camera, but I wouldn't like my video feed to be shared unnecessarily on the internet as a risk. Anyway, back to the product. So £1,000 will get you a nice box, a nice design, a paper sleeve, and woohoo! And ta-ta! There you go, 4 4K cameras in all its glory. It looks exactly like the 2K camera that I had already. Actually, if I completely forgot that my 1080p one is my security camera here for my printer. So this is the 1080p version. It does have a spotlight as well. And this is the 4K version. Looks almost the same. but it's not. So this one is a lot fatter, and this one has a magnetic cable that I was talking about that you can just clip on, whereas this one is on a micro USB cable. When you're choosing between like color, it's up to you really how you want it. My external wall is white, and I do like when you buy the white camera, it kind of blends in a little. The face is still black, so people will still notice there is a CCTV camera there, so it's kind of a visual deterrent. But if you have a dark wall or brick wall, sometimes you might want to have a black or black version. So 4 cameras right there. And then come to the second layer. Here we have one USB charger. The end hasn't been plugged in yet, so you can have different attachments. You've got some screws and wall plugs. And I do like the wall plugs. It's not like the usual cheap ones that they give you with other devices. You got one magnetic cable for charging them up. Instruction booklet in a sleeve. And the base station. One of the difference between the Arlo system and your normal Chinese wireless camera is that you do need a base station which connects to your router directly, and then each of these camera will be connecting to the base station. So it works separately to your Wi-Fi network. You have 2 magnetic mount and 2 kind of like a screw-on wall mount. You got a Ethernet cable, and you got a power adapter, a wire power adapter. So the USB plug is for charging the cameras, and the wired plug is for charging the base station. And that's about it. So that's all the things that you get. Okay, so this is a close-up of the camera itself. So this is the 4K Ultra2. Got the lens in the front, spotlight on top, a connecting base for your cable, and this is the magnetic mount that you screw onto the wall. It's quite easy to install because there's only one screw. It comes with a special spacer that once you put into the wall, you just do this, slot it in, and then the camera can go on. To charge the camera, the best way to do it, I find, is to use a power bank of at least 10,000 amp hour. And then what you do is you use the magnetic cable, just touch the bottom of the base of the camera, and you can see a blue light will turn on. And that means that it's drawing power. It's making some noise because it's charging. So it's drawing some power from your power bank. Leave it for an hour or 2 and it will be fully charged. So you've got an Ethernet cable here, and then this is plugged into my router. So this one have access to the internet. And then you download the app, the Arlo app. Now I already have the app because I have a 2K version of this camera, but you would do the same. You have to download the app and then do a registration online to have your own login detail to an account. And once you start the app, you go into add new devices. If I come closer. So for example, I already have my 2K camera set up, but your setup process will be exactly the same. You just need to add new devices and tell them what are you adding. So you got cameras, you got base station and such. Go to camera, and it will be Ultra2. So it's quite smart because it's telling you that we have detected a smart hub, which is the black box that we plugged it in. So what you do is add your device to your station, or set up a new base station, or I've set up a new hub. We've done that already by plugging it into the internet. We powered it up already. Now it starts to look for device. It's available device to add. You got a 0 number here, which I might blank out. Give it a name. So I will name it different from my home one, 4K station. Amazon telling me that I got new security device because it's Alexa enabled. Firmware has been updated, so you go continue. Your Arlo base station is now active. Then you go to start adding cameras. So you're asking you to power up. So battery is now in all of them. And I know they are working because they all flashes blue for a brief moment. And then you go to continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cameras found, and then you go into each of them and name them. And just to confirm it's working, it shows you what it is seeing at the moment. So camera 1 is facing the top. And it's showing me the bandwidth is strong because they are obviously close to the base station. And you repeat for all the cameras. Okay, another neat feature that this one have is if you have a base station, you can always record them onto your base station, providing you have a USB stick. In this case, the Ultra2, you will need to have a micro SD card. At the moment, I don't have one, so I have to rely on the cloud service. So if you look at a 4K station, if you go into, if you have an SD card on, you can turn on record locally, but at the moment it is on cloud. So if you go to library, just click on the top where your location is. For example, if it is cloud, you click on cloud. So this is all the clip that we had so far, because it sensed a person in camera view, so it recorded all this footage. And all this is now 4K and is on the cloud server. I think this is one sick system. I know it costs a lot of money, but in terms of quality and the ease of use, this wins hands down. So for the next part of the video, I'm not going to use my DSLR anymore. I'm just going to use the footage from all these cameras. At the moment, it's connecting to the base station and then it's recording onto the cloud service. But what that means is I will have to download it from the cloud service and then use that footage to edit the rest of the video. If you find my information useful, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel to help me grow. I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. But for now, here's some sample footage of the CCTV system. A series of tests is going to commence, and I'm going to switch off the lights, basically to test out the low light function and maybe the spotlight function and see what it looks like on screen. And then it may be a range test, so I can take this one to the garden and see how far it can record. So first of all, let's get off some lights. Right, so still relatively bright, so I'm going to turn off the telly as well. Now, as soon as it sends dark, for example, like that one, you can see the spotlight came on, and this is bright enough to show at night time, so you don't need to use infrared. Bear in mind that at the moment all these are recorded onto the cloud, which is already included. And for you to record this, you need to put in a micro SD card at the bottom here, and then that will work. Okay, so this is going to be like a range test. This is my studio, this is my workbench, and this is the base station. This is connected to the camera. So I'm going to walk out and see how far I can go before I lose signal. This is my gym. As soon as the Wi-Fi signal starts, you will see the picture probably will go on. Okay, so this is camera 1, and I can see myself on the phone. And the base station is over there, and we are about to head outside and check out the range. So I'm going to have it pointing for the front. I'm sorry if you feel sick, but this one have no image stabilization because it's not designed for you to walk about with this. I was fully expecting today to be fully raining, but it is not. So now we are between a wall and a glass and the base station. And in a normal household, you would have installed it on the eave or the roof line and then pointing downwards. I mean, I have mine over there. Look at how bulky that is. And you have a wire which you need to wire in to give it power. But with this device, There's no wire needed, but you do need to recharge it every couple of months, like I said before. Okay, so I'm going to walk backwards and see how far I can go before it loses signal. It might be the case that I have to walk until the end of the garden. There is a delay of at least 2 or 3 seconds. I think it's up to 30 seconds. Now I have no idea if it is still working, but if it does, this is amazing, because this is over 25 meters apart through one wall. So what it does is, you can see that automatically every time a camera sends something, it will send you a notification, and it's not going to stop now because it's keep detecting movement, and it can tell you if it is a person or object. It does get annoying sometimes if it is somewhere which is high traffic. That's why you can also set time schedule. So let's say during the day, you know that you're about the house and you don't need to detect any movement. You can change setting, and you can change at what time to what time is a certain mode and what time to what time is the arm mode. This is Alexa enabled, so if you have a Fire Stick, you can actually give it a name, use the skill sets, and say, Alexa, show me camera 1 or show me camera 2, and it will come up on the Echo device or Fire Stick attached to your telly. If you have an iWatch, then when the notification comes through, it can actually come through here, and you get a screenshot of the person that it detects as well. Now, a lot of these smart functions do require subscription. So if you're not using the subscription-based product and record it directly on the SD card, you will still get notification, but it won't notify you if it is an object or if it is a human. And then a lot of screenshots, it will tell you that there is an activation, but you have to manually go and activate the camera and download the footage. It won't show you a thumbnail of what is happening, which triggers the alert. Apart from that, it is a very good set of CCTV at 4K. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel to see me grow. And can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadget. Bye-bye.